Hi, it's Lisa Thibodeau here with a ThibTalk. And I am just going to be doing my makeup just really simple, just to, when I look in the mirror, I feel good about myself. So if you have any questions while I'm doing it, please just ask, whether you're watching me live or on the replay. But today, this came to me about 1:30 this morning that I needed to talk about this. So first off, I am going to talk about my thought of the day. And the thought of the day was kind of long, so let me read it to you if you didn't see it this morning. It says, life is amazing, then it's awful, then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living. Heartbreaking, soul healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. And so what I wrote was to embrace it all. Realize that we have good days, we have great days, we have bad days, we have devastating days, we have the routine, we have surprises, we have heartbreak, and we have blessings. But all of that means you feel, it means you're alive, and you really need to embrace it. If you don't, the saying is, if you don't recognize the rain, how do you appreciate the sunshine? Or by the same token, when we've had sun for a long time, we haven't had the rain and we need rain, you're like, oh, thank God it rains. So there have been days when we say, thank God it rains, and other days we say, for the love of God, stop raining. So it's all about your mindset, and you need to embrace it all. Now, today's sermon, I'm just going to tell you it's a sermon because I couldn't sleep last night. Well, my husband actually woke up, and it woke me up, and it was like the Lord was just telling me to say this. And so my description said, is your faith negotiable? Is your faith negotiable? As you know, my husband and I are very involved in the Holy Cross Catholic Church. And for various reasons over the past, probably 20, 25 years, as we've been going there have been all kind of reasons why people say, if I invite them or I want them to come to Mass or to church. So, and when I'm talking about this, yes, I'm Catholic, but whatever. All religions have some type of church service. So whatever you are, think of it in that way. And I've had people say stuff like, well, I don't like the priest. I don't like the church. I don't like the choir. I don't agree with the church laws. Well, my kids don't behave, or I can't commit. I'm too busy. And my question to you is, why can you use an excuse for that anyway? Why is your faith negotiable? It should be a non-negotiable. Okay, you have a job. There have been times I don't like my boss. Does that mean I go, I just don't like my boss, I'm not going to go to this job anymore? No, you still got to go. All right. I've worked in buildings with no heat. I have taught with gloves and like huge coats on. I didn't stop my job, okay? Do I agree with everything the Department of Education does? Of course not, right? Maybe you don't go to church because of the scandals. Guess what? There are evil people in every single walk of life. You know a child molester. You know a thief. You know a robber, a murderer. You might not realize it, okay? In all walks of life, you have to be aware of that. You always have to be aware of evil. Satan is real. But your faith should be non-negotiable. Your kids don't behave. Okay, so do you just lock them in their room and you never take them out? You don't take them to the movies? You don't take them out to eat? Then you can take them to church. There really is no excuse other than you're sick and you might give something to someone else, okay? Other than that, life is great, amazing, but it's awful and it's devastating. And all of us go through that. And if you've ever been through deep, abiding heartbreak and devastation, the only thing that gets you through it is your faith. It's almost amazing. And I've heard it from so many people. They feel it. You feel it. You feel that faith when you need it. Your faith is what's going to sustain you through those awful times. Your faith cannot be just used, though, during those awful times. Are you just praying right now? You know, in South Louisiana, we have a hurricane coming. And so I see people that I've never even, heard say, pray for us. Pray for Louisiana. But what are you asking for prayers for now? What about last week? God is with you all the time. My thing that I always would tell people is, when you die, no matter what you believe, okay, just say, God's right there, and God is asking you and talking to you. Are you going to use any of those excuses? Are you going to look in God's glorious face and say, well, yeah, I know I was committed to my sports team and I was committed to my job. Oh yeah, I belong to that group and I always went to I always went to the meetings, but I just couldn't make it to Mass every weekend. I'm sorry. I didn't like the priest. He didn't speak to me. Or, the church didn't look like a church to me. Or, the choir, I couldn't get it. Are you really going to tell God that? I'm thinking God might laugh at you. Life is full of ups and downs. It is, like my quote says, it's amazing and it's heartbreaking. And you're not going to miss the heartbreak. Just like right now in Louisiana, we're not going to miss the rain. We have been lucky that we have missed really major hurricanes hitting us. The last one hit us in 1992 for Hurricane Andrew. Every other time, we were like the place people evacuated because it went on either side of us. Guess what? We're ground zero now. But I have no worries because my faith is non-negotiable. My faith is with me all the time. If I'm out of town, I find a church. The only time I miss church is if I am too sick to go or if I'm, contagious or something like that. Because my faith is non-negotiable. I go and I visit God. And when I'm there, I make sure He knows I'm there. Because I had a dream one time, and you may have heard me talk about this one time in church, but I had a dream one time where God said He was checking off all of the things, to let me in the pearly gates. And I didn't get a check by Mass. And I was like, I always go to Mass. How could you not give me a check for Mass? And He said, you came to my house and you ignored me. You came to my house and you ignored me. Hello. I have never forgotten that. Even those of you that you say, oh no, my faith is not negotiable, but guess what? I go to Mass and I think about lunch. I think about what somebody's wearing. I think about everything except talking to God. Giving that hour, sometimes only 30 minutes, 40 minutes, to God. Ever since then, ever since that dream, I participate, I try to sing, I try to truly make sure I talk to God and give Him everything that that's happened to me in the week past, and I ask Him for blessings in the week coming, and pray for my friends and my family.